So today's workout is going to be specifically to target our pelvic region. So if you're experiencing any pelvic pain, especially around your period, or if you have endometriosis and you're having quite a lot of pain around the hips, around the lower back and the glutes, then this will be a great workout just to get the blood flowing and just to stabilize those joints. So let's get into it. We're going to start on our back. So lying down, arms are down by our sides. And then from here, let's just start to tilt our pelvis back and forward. So we're going to make a little arch in the lower back region, and then we're going to tuck your tailbone under and flatten that little gap there. So create that little arch again, and then tuck that tailbone under. So we're just looking at mobility here in the lumbo-pelvic region. As the girls tuck, I don't want you to squeeze your glutes. It should be purely mobility. Try to avoid using your glutes to squeeze just for now. Let's incorporate the breath. So each time you tuck your tailbone under and flatten that lower back space, you're going to exhale. So inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. From here, I'm going to get you to start to squeeze your glutes now with the tuck. So we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze the glute. Inhale, relax everything. Exhale, tuck and squeeze. So I want you to focus on just squeezing the glutes as you tuck, and then letting everything go as you inhale and release. Let's go for 3 more. So we're just really activating through our glutes. Last one. This time we're going to come a little bit higher into a bridge. So inhale to prepare, and then exhale, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze through your glutes, press into your heels, and you're going to roll your spine off the mat bone by bone until we're in a nice bridge position. So we're going to imagine our spine is one big string of pearls, and one pearl is coming off the mat at a time. Inhale at the top, and then we're going to exhale, we're going to put one pearl back on the mat at a time. So we're articulating the spine all the way down. Inhale at the bottom, relax all your muscles, and then exhale, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, press through the heels, open the hips up, and find the length through the front of the thighs here. Inhale at the top, and then exhale to melt the spine back down. So we're really working on articulating each joint in our spine. Really trying to loosen everything up by activating through the right muscles. Now as we rise into our bridge, I want you girls to make sure your hip bones stay level the whole time. So this is going to force your abs to engage or your deeper core to engage. So bridges are really great for whole body stability, particularly around the lumbo-pelvic region. So you should be feeling a little bit of a glute squeeze now. And roll it back down. Let's come up for one more time, and we're going to stay at the very top. From here, stay high, re-tuck your tailbone so you're not arching your lower back. We're going to dip the hips down halfway, and then exhale, bring them all the way back to the top. Inhale, hips go halfway down. Exhale, whole way up and squeeze. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, whole way. So really get it into the glutes here. Exhale as we lift. And as you lift, I want you to try and see if you can tuck your tailbone under a little bit more. Let's go for 5, 4, for 3, for 2, and we're going to stay here. Inhale at the top, and then we're going to exhale, roll it back down. Nice. Okay, this time for our bridge, a little bit different. We're going to come up into our bridge position, so make your way back into your bridge. Plant the arms down by your side. Keep your hip bones really still. Now we're going to take the knees out to the side, so butterfly the knees out, and then bring them back to hip distance. Take the knees wide, bring them back to hip distance. So all of our focus here is on keeping the pelvic bones really still and keeping our glute squeeze the whole time. You shouldn't feel anything in your lower back. So if you do, take the hips down lower and re-tuck the tailbone. You should have no lower back pain. So we're really feeling the outer glute squeeze as the knees go wide. Let's go for 5, back to neutral. 4, neutral. 3, for 2, and 1. Roll it all the way back down. Let's pop our right foot onto our left knee and then hug that left knee into the chest by grabbing onto your left shin. Just feel a nice stretch here on your right glute. Hold it. 2 big breaths. Really try and breathe into the stretch. And gently releasing, and we'll move to the other side. Hug in the right knee to the chest, your left foot goes across your right knee. Try not to resist the stretch. Try and breathe into it. We're not forcing anything. 1 more breath. From here, place the feet back down, and this time your feet go hip distance, they go mat distance apart, so nice and wide. And we're going to windscreen wipe at the knees to one side, and then back to the other side. So feeling a nice little release through your hips, through your lower back. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale to change, exhale other side. 1 more time each way. Coming back to center, let's roll straight to our right side. So from here, we're going to have our hips stacked, so our hips aren't rolling forwards or backwards, and our knees and our feet are stacked. Our feet are in line with our bum. So if you can lift your feet up, they should be in line with your hips, so make sure they are. Knees are bent forward. From here, we're going to have our bicep pillow and our right arm. So lower the head down to your right bicep, and you want to maintain a really small lift here through your side body. So in that nice, beautiful neutral spine, make sure our lower back's not arching. So we want a really small tuck of that tailbone to keep a nice neutral spine. And then from here, we're going to keep the feet glued together. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, we're going to float the left knee up off the right hip. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift the left knee up and lower it back down. So from here, we're going to work on squeezing our left glute before we lift the left knee. That's going to have to activate through our glutes and through our deep stabilizers first. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're really working on unilateral hip stability here. We're trying to maintain that little lift through our side body the whole time, just to make sure our abs stay engaged. Let's go for 4 more here. For 3. For 2. And 1. Lower the hips all the way back down. This time we're going to lift the feet off the mat. The feet still remain glued together. We're still in that nice, beautiful, neutral spine position. And this time as we exhale, we float the knee back up again. This time our feet stay in the air. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. So again, press that left hip away from you to keep that little lift. Don't forget about your lower core activation as well. So you should feel a little bit more of a burn now for your left glute. Let's go for 5 more. For 4. And 3. For 2. And 1. Keep that knee nice and high. We're going to pulse it up and up and up. So try and keep the feet really still, and you really feel that left glute squeezing. Let's go for 8 more. 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one lower all the way back down. From here, we're going to extend that left leg long in line with the body. Keep the foot in line with the hip the whole time, and we're going to imagine we have a little table in front of us. So again, stay in that neutral spine. We're going to inhale to sweep that left leg forward or across that imaginary table, and then we're going to scoop that leg all the way back in line with the body. So again, we're just brushing the leg along that imaginary table and not letting the foot drop past the hip line. So keeping that same height the whole way through, scoop it back. So the movement comes from the hip, not from the knee. So as we bring the leg forward, let's point the toe. As we scoop it back, let's flex the foot. So inhale, bring that leg forward, point the toe, and then exhale, flex the foot, scoop that leg back. Let's go for 6 more here. So this one's a nice slow and controlled movement. That's 5. For 4. And 3. Last 2. And last 1. Let's lower that leg all the way back down. Give it a bit of a fist pump. Get that muscle nice and activated. And then we'll do a straight turnaround to the other side. As we exhale, float that right knee up, squeeze the right glute. Inhale, lower it back down. And then exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Try and keep your upper body nice and relaxed. I want your whole entire focus to go to that right glute. Inhale, lower. Lift it up and lower it back down. Watch that side body. So press the right hip away from you to make sure we're still engaging our abs and we're still lifting here to get the obliques working. Let's go for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee back down, lift the feet, same again, reset your neutral spine, inhale and then exhale, lift the right knee up, squeeze the right glute. This should be a deeper burn, this one, more of an advanced clam. Lower it back down, lift it up. Lower it down and lift it up. Your option obviously here is just to keep the feet down, that's totally fine. It's more of an advanced option. Let's go for 5, then we have our little pulses. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the right knee high, little pulses up and down. Pulse, pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way back down. From here, float that top leg in line with the body. Stay on that little left bicep pillow. We're going to keep that right leg straight in line with the hip. Don't let it drop past the hip line. We're going to inhale, sweep that leg forward, point the toe, and then exhale, scoop it back in line with the body. Inhale, float it across the imaginary table. Keep it the same height the whole way through. From here, the trick is actually to try and keep the hips really still. The more sort of swaying we are, the less core control we have. So these exercises are great because it incorporates quite a lot of core stability as well as glute control, which I find really draws that blood flow towards this region and really helps to activate through the muscles and to help offload the pain by creating stability. Let's go for 5 more here. For 4. Keep that breath going. That's 3. Last 2. And last 1. Lower that leg all the way back down. Give that glute a little fist pump.